Here's Kyler Murray, and I have a game for you guys as well. Chat, please get involved here. Kyler Murray's new deal that could possibly happen. $280 million over 6 years, $46 million per year with $250 guaranteed. Now, here's the game I have for you guys. I put up some quarterbacks with similar stats who just recently got deals, right? For decent money too. You guys tell me whether or not you'd pay it or not pay it based on the quarterback. Would you choose this quarterback over Kyler Murray to take your franchise? We'll start off with Ryan Tannehill, who in 2020 signed a 4-year, $118 million deal. These are their stats side by side over the last 3 years.
I thought you weren't going to show us.
No, I am going to show you. I can't copyright somebody else's thing. So I have to show you the guy, or it's kind of like a copyright thing.
Oh.
You're not using the name.
Yeah, you're just...
Well, oh well.
Everybody's power rankings.
Anyways, Ryan Tannehill, Kyler Murray. Stats side by side. Yards, Kyler. Completion percentage, Tannehill. Touchdown to interception ratio, Tannehill over the last 3 years. What guy are you taking to lead your franchise? Barrett, what do you think?
Kyler. Like, Ryan Tannehill's like 47 years old and he sucks.
Okay, fair. Barrett, what do you or not Barrett? Seth, what are your thoughts here?
Sorry, Bill.
It's Kyler.
It's got to be Kyler.
Just because we see the face, we're obviously going to be very lenient towards who's who here.
All right, next guy on the chart, Kirk Cousins. Kirk cuts yards. Kirk completion percentage. Kirk touchdown interception ratio. Basically the same here. Kirk Cousins just signed a 1-year extension, fully guaranteed, $35 million. Now, this one I didn't throw up there. Would you take Kirk Cousins over Kyler Murray? But based on Cousins' stats compared to Kyler's over the last 3 years, would you pay Kyler Murray that salary to compete with Kirk Cousins? Barry, what are your thoughts?
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, I guess, geez, can't they just finish out? Like, I love Kyler. Don't get me wrong. Like Boomer Sooner, I think he's a great talent and stuff. But you know, he hasn't gotten an MVP. I think they made the playoffs once.
This is the first time making the playoffs.
Right. So, I mean, has he done enough to command that? I don't think so. Like, I have to see, you know, he's kind of average down the stretch. You know what I mean? Yeah, Kyler's definitely dynamic and everything like that. But I just don't think you pay him the big bucks until you get to, you know, what Josh Allen has done. Like, why can't he just be, you know, he hasn't won the Super Bowl, but you know they're going to get there. You know, you assume, you know, Patrick Mahomes, he won a Super Bowl. He's gotten to multiples. Lamar Jackson at least has won MVP and kind of dominated the league that 1 year. So I think Kyler's just under that. I just don't think you pay him that much unless he does go off this year. Then you pay him. Like, let the contract kind of go through the motions. Hell, Lamar hasn't even been paid yet, right? I mean,
no, not yet.
So,
all right.
I don't know.
So I worded this game wrong. I worded it wrong. Would you not? I'm not saying don't take Kirk Cousins over Kyler for the next 3 years. Same with Ryan Tannehill. These are guys that got paid similar contracts, big money for the similar stats to Kyler. So it's like, would you like you could easily take Kirk Cousins, plug him into this offense, and do the same thing?
I mean,
essentially, based on stats wise.
Yeah, but you gotta count like total like rushing yard. Is that total yards at the top?
No, is that just passing yards?
Yeah, I mean, I just think Kyler's more dynamic than the last two guys so far.
Okay. Seth, what are you thinking here? You pay Kyler this money based on what Kirk Cousins is getting paid and putting up virtually the same, if not better, stats?
Yeah, they'll lose.
Yes. Yeah, age, mobility. I think Kyler throws the better ball. Kirk Cousins has that thing that's going to hang in the air like a punt whenever he throws it deep. Yeah, I'm taking Kyler here for the money.
Next guy, Derek Carr, MVP caliber season. Derek Carr coming up here. These are the last 3 years here. Carr. Now I only put Carr in here because of the extension he just signed. Right, so Derek Carr just signed a 3-year extension, $120 million with a no trade clause. Kyler Murray's contract is expected to have a no trade clause involved. Derek Carr's stats better, or yards better, completion percentage better, touchdown to interception ratio a hair bit better. I mean, this is the same amount of money on the table here, right? $40 million. Are you paying Kyler this kind of money to keep up with a guy like Derek Carr? Or would you pay Kyler that kind of money to exceed a guy like Derek Carr where he's only keeping up with him?
$40 million a year, no trade clause. Personally, if I was a GM, I would be like, I don't know if I could ever add a no trade clause, just because you're like, if this guy ever just starts to go in the can, then I mean, you don't be stuck with that contract. But
big time players are refusing to sign contracts without no trade clauses now.
Right, so they can kind of determine, yeah, I'll waive my no trade clause for here. I want to go here, blah blah blah. But I don't think you're going to get a talent coming out of the draft for these next couple of years where you can say on a Super Bowl winning caliber team like the Cardinals, they have a pretty stacked roster. I would think you got to pay. I think you got to pay Kyler here the money that Derek Carr would be getting.
Okay, Parrott, what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like I said, I think Kyler he's going to be more dynamic than most of the guys you put up here. I think you pay him, but it's just hard to pay him that much, without any kind of concrete progression, right? Okay, fine, they made the playoffs this year. Let's see what happens next year. A lot of these players are just, did Tyreek deserve the money after what he did in Kansas City? Yeah, probably. Devontae Adams did, like I said, like Josh Allen did, so I don't know. I guess you have to pay him though, because like Seth said, like the draft, you're probably not going to get a better talent until I don't even know. Maybe like Arch Manning comes out,
Which we're talking, 4 years? Yeah,
I don't know. Like the Arizona GM, Steve Keim, was on Pat today, and he's just like, I forgot what top tier play. He was looking at one of the Boses, and then he just saw Kyler bang a 65-yard back off his back foot, and was like, we got to take this guy. So I mean, Kyler's legit, man.
Yeah. So I didn't see Nick Lamb's comments, but hashtag fuck Dallas, according to Nick here. And he says Carr is low-key trash. Carr is low-key MVP caliber talent this year.
Logan hit it on the head. Like Pat Mahomes pretty much was record-breaking, and he got paid. So,
yep.
So
absolutely. Next guy I got on the list here,
Nick Bosa.
Dak Prescott.
Whoa!
Dak Prescott just signed a 4-year, $160 million contract with a no trade clause. 2020 stats are not included. So this is 2018, 19, 22, okay. Or 21. Sorry. I didn't, because he only played a handful of games in 2020 because of his injury. So these are the last 3 years that Dak has played full seasons. 13,000.
Holy shit!
Way better than Kyler.
Look at that, baby.
Completion percentage, basically the same. Touchdown.
Nick Lamb, take notes. That's what a real quarterback looks like right there.
Touchdown interception ratio, significantly better on Dak Prescott. Seth here. We're going to hit this one up on you first. Are you paying Kyler Murray Dak Prescott level money with these stats and their records and everything going on right now? Are you paying this money?
I haven't looked at Dak Prescott stats in a while. I was a little bit on the weary. I'm full tilt now. I mean, I got the 6-12 real fast about this upcoming season. Good gracious! I mean, boy, howdy, that's nice to look at on paper, isn't it? I love me some Dak Prescott, that's for sure. It's basically the same thing as Carr's contract, just an added year. Kyler's youth, yeah. I mean, right. 40 million a year.
But Kyler's looking for 46 a year.
I mean, I'd pay him the 40 million, but I ain't paying him no 46. Yes, I would give him that if you want to. I would give him Dak Prescott's contract.
Okay, Bear, what are you thinking here? Dak Prescott's contract, or are you paying Kyler the 46 a year?
Okay, so this is a great example. I think Dak deserved that money right there. Like, that's perfect. I think that's right in line. Now, like, why can't they just sign Kyler to a 4-year, like maybe 120? You know what I mean? I don't think you give him like 40 freaking million a year right now. I just
4-year 120. You're looking at 30 a year right there.
Yeah, he's
looking. Yeah, he's looking for a minimum of 40 a year. He has to be.
I mean,
but he thinks he's top tier quarterback, like second highest paid.
Of course.
Third highest paid, actually. That'd be third.
That's what I'm saying. He's not the third best quarterback. I'm sorry. Like, you're just not. Sorry, okay. Kyler. You know. No, I would not pay him that much.
Okay. I would pay Kyler Dak's contract. Like, just literally copy and paste contract
89 and 5. Good gravy.
Dak Prescott. I mean, if you take out that injury year, very good. Even his injury year wasn't bad. He had like a 70% completion.
He was on the MVP course.
Yeah. He had a very good year, and then shit happens. All right, last guy I have on the list for you guys. It's the last guy that got paid big money. Matt Stafford here. Now, look, notice the asterisks here. Matt Stafford only played 8 games in 2019. Why did I put that asterisk in there? Look at the stats. Virtually the same, and Matt Stafford has a better touchdown interception ratio and only played 8 games in 2019. Would you pay Kyler Murray the money that Matt Stafford just signed, which is the exact same as Dak Prescott's? 4 years, $160 million?
This clown, Nick Lamb. He's not actually up there, but it's like he's down there. But to me, he's over here. Clown.
Man, Nick Lamb came in swinging and hating.
Nick Lamb is coming in swinging here.
He's just mad because Dak beats Don the Dirty Birds every single year, dude. I mean, beats them Don every single year. That's why he's mad.
Well, I mean, it's the same contract, so I mean, like I said, no, I would not pay. Like I said, I'm sticking with, if we're talking right now, for, I would say 30 mil a year. Now, if he goes on, I'm not saying he has to have an MVP season. If he goes on, leads them to the second round, maybe the NFC Championship, close loss, then yeah, you're probably gonna have to pay him 40. Let's just right there. I mean, choked on turkey last. Yeah. They shouldn't have lost to the Raiders, dude. Raiders.
We got cheated.
I was the only one that called that game, by the way.
We got cheated.
Only one that called the Raiders winning that game.
Dude, Raiders.
They paid the refs off. We'll let you have it.
Yes. Yeah,
but
Seth,
this is kind of wicked, dude. 16 more touchdowns in 3 years and only played half the games that won. That just shows you how much the Lions needed Matt Stafford to carry him on offensive side of the ball. Plus, if you look at last year, every time the Cardinals got within the 5, it was a punch and show by James Conner.
Yeah.
They never gave Kyler the chance to throw the ball on the goal line most of the time. But if Stafford's on the 5, throw that puppy before they even think about running the football.
That's because they've never had a running back in Detroit besides Reggie Bush for that 1 year.
Well, even with the Rams, it's the same situation. They'll still hike it and have Matt Stafford throw it.
Like Cam Akers got hurt. And
so
Matt Stafford is one of the most
touchdown numbers to me personally are a little inflated, just because James Conner had a crazy touchdown year last year. They didn't really give Kyler the chance to throw on the goal line, and Matt Stafford always gets the chance to throw on the goal line.
Or does that speak volumes about Kyler Murray, that he's not the elite red zone thrower that Matt Stafford is?
No, that speaks to Cliff Kingsbury. I mean, obviously doing the right move and at least trying to run the ball on the goal line.
You don't have to do it with Matt Stafford, though. He's an elite red zone thrower.
I mean, Kyler Murray could probably run the ball in, but they hand it off. It's like
they could.
So I would pay Kyler. Obviously, I mean, if I pay him every other time, I'd pay Kyler Murray Matt Stafford's contract.